My unused, although stored very badly, Hoover Sensotronic System 1 from my trip to the York, not Leeds, York, is done as much as I've done because I haven't actually stripped it apart and refurbished it, but it had some tweaks, some amendments and some repairs already. Let me show you what it looks like now. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner and Hoover chums, how are you today? Yes, this thing is amazing. Amazing for being brand new and unused after, crikey, 35, 40 years. That would have been sat there. And it was never used. We put the plug, which is still on it, in fact there's still a little kink in the cable from where it's been sat, and I've still not taken off the sticky residue from the label. The label is actually tucked down the side of the cord rewind inside, so I have kept it, it's just not on the cable anymore. Let us take the tools off and we'll have a look at the machine in a minute. Pop that there. Tools wise, well, this is the very same hose. It has been cleaned and washed and polished. I'll say polished, it's been wiped down, and this is not bad at all. It has seen some use. It is not a mint toolkit or hose by any means, and again, from what I pieced together from why there were three of these, it makes sense, because I think every time something broke he'd just buy a whole new Hoover. So this is probably the third hose that this has had, and I have actually done this. I've caught it taking the one down, already cracked. That bit needs to be glued back down, but that is the main problem with these plastic, especially the beige tools, and is why they were facelifted and superseded to black not very long afterwards. So there's the hose. I also turned the ends around because when it was all apart, obviously I had both the ends off. This end unscrews, this end comes off as per normal. So the end, and that has straightened it out an awful lot, and it is now not kinked. The Hoover Contour Floor Tool came up very well. This has seen, I put that there, this has seen more use here than I think it has in its lifetime. It's come up okay. Floor tool is a little bit rusty. There's nothing I can do about that unless someone develops some sort of laser to remove rust that's actually available, but it works incredibly well. You may notice I am borrowing some wands, yes, from the brand new box Aquamaster that came with like 6 sets of wands. I've taken a pair because I didn't have the plastic ones anyway, and even if I did, they'd be bendy and short, and I thought I may as well enjoy using it, and yeah, it fits on absolutely fine. So yeah, temporarily this is its wand. And that's the tools. We've had a nice tool set together. It's been very nice. I've been using it because it's a bit, bit scuffed and scratched and not mint. It's actually been quite nice to use. The sticker went back on nicely. It's had a clean and a polish and a wax, and I've not fully stripped it, only to take out the suppressor, which blew up about a minute after I used it after doing the video. So under here we will see that I've found an brown upholstery tool. I've still not used the crevice tool. I don't think I could ever use that crevice tool. Oh, it's a bit dirty in here. And then underneath here we can see a dodgy HEPA flow bag using the 40mm waste pipe connector mod, which just pushes in there. Obviously you then have to fumble this around the bag door latch, but it works very well, and I have been using it quite a lot. At the time of filming this, I've had 2 main bodies ordered for my Dyson V11 that I use daily, and neither have turned up, and in fact on one of the emails it said not available. It's tomorrow's job to phone them up. So there's the machine, looking pretty similar, I'll be honest, to how it looked before. It's just a heck of a lot cleaner. Oh, and if we plug it in and put the hose on, with the HEPA mod, it's phenomenally powerful. It can easily hold up this heavy weight hose. It's a bit creaky where the top lid flexes up and down, but it's, yeah, I've been using it daily. It's been a lovely thing to have around. It's massive, cannot lie, it is huge. The hose is so heavy, oh, you can feel it pull you down every time you pull the machine around. But in terms of, you know, picking the dirt up off the carpet and the other such boring things that we like to do as vacuum cleaner collectors, it is very, very good. I'm paranoid about these ones. And you can't really say much fairer than that. It is absolutely brilliant. I can see why these were phenomenally popular, although again, looking at how the tools are falling apart before my eyes, I can see why they didn't last terribly well either. So this is the one that, well, I am keeping. I'm going to keep the brand new one. Well, it's not brand new anymore, I've been using it. But I'm going to keep it with its one full set of tools. But of course there were two more, weren't there? Let me update you on what's happened with those. Well, I've still got them. They are here. Let's get rid of my one. You can see that they look just a little bit different. I'll give you a second or two to work out if you can tell the difference. But yes, I've refurbished this one and not refurbished this one. This one, somebody did want it and still does. I'm waiting for them to pay me, as a project, and I'm happy to pass it on as such because I don't need three. So I thought I'm going to sell one for cheap, and then I'm going to sell one that's been done up. You know, started at a reasonable price, and you know, well, hopefully somebody can get a bargain. And yeah, they are both still exactly the same. This one does have a dusting brush, but bar that, it's still got its paper bag in. I have not touched it since the before video. This one has no tools, but equally has the HEPA mod already. It's going to be sold like this. It is spotless because it's had little use. It has had use, but that one seems to be actually the one. That was not bad. None of them have had that much use. The only slight pain in the bum is on the Hoover Sensotronic. The way that this works is via a sort of magnetic switch that's held in a little glass tube. And it's so easy to break it, and I broke it. So unfortunately now, when it's turned on, it's just lit permanently. So rather than coming on as a self-test and then going off again, it's on permanently, which is a little bit of a pain. But equally, for what I was going to start this machine off at, it's, you know, in fact, it's got no tools, is, I suppose, fair. The cable cleaned up an absolute treat. Just as a comparison, actually this one's not too bad, but it is a bit dirty. This, yeah, that was a rubbish comparison. You can sort of see the difference. Look, justify why I do this rubbish. We also kept the beautiful Dura plug. Look at that. Look, it's never been cut to be fit. Ted, never been cut to be fitted. The pins have been polished. Whole thing is just very nice indeed, even if I do say so myself. So yeah, that's the update on the others. This one probably have hopefully sold by the time this video goes live, I'll be honest, and I can have got rid of both, and I can say that for my trip out and the hard work I've done, I've got what is objectively a very rare vacuum cleaner, the Hoover Sensotronic. In fact, any Sensotronic's rare, and I'm phenomenally lucky to have mine too. Look, I went and got the System 40 out, which is the same machine, apart from the top. In fact, I think it's only the back switch plate. Yeah, look. Oh, hello. Ooh, no, okay, that is a little bit. Okay, oh, they've made it a little bit different. We may have to give them that. I think it'll probably still fit there. Yeah, it's just they've just changed the design. Oh, there you go. That fits on their thumb, though not on the side. So, okay, it's not quite as identical as I thought it was. I thought it was a lot closer than that. But hey, I've still got two of them, and yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that, especially since both were, well, technically free. I was paying about 45 quid's worth of diesel to go and get these, and I suppose this did cost me 3 or 4 refurbs, but, you know, I have two. And what that means is that I've also got the two toolkits, and one of the first things that I decided to try, especially since this now has a brand new old stock brush roll in it that I found on eBay, which is absolutely amazing. But what's more fun is that obviously this is still wired up for electricity. And of course the hose fits. The wires are there, and if I pull this cable out, I have to be ever so careful because, again, unlike other Sensotronics, look, that is not worn. I've caught it a few bits. You can see where it has been, but you can tell why that's so sensitive to it. The plastic is so soft. But with that all hooked up, we should be able to turn it on. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Why are you not running that? There we go. That would have worked very well, except this Turbo 300 isn't working terribly well. Let me just go and troubleshoot this and then we'll come back. Yeah, my Turbo 300 head isn't fantastic. It's just worn. It just hasn't lasted the test of time. So this is actually my Sensotronic pair. My System 1 and my System 40, which is a couple of generations further along. The System 40 still has that weird sound on its wind down. I haven't touched that yet. I probably won't now, I'll be honest. But once it's running, it runs really well. Yeah, I can use either tools with it. I don't really know which is best to use because these aren't renowned for not being fragile either. But obviously neither are these. But the biggest issue is that this hasn't got any speed control. And if I go onto my rug or an other delicate thing, usually I have been just opening the bleed valve on the hose. However, this hose doesn't have a bleed valve because you're obviously supposed to just turn the electronic speed control up and down. So again, even as something as simple as swapping the hoses round actually involves more flipping thought than it should, because yeah, each machine brings something else to the table, and if you power there's too much on this, you need a bleed valve. You don't need a bleed valve because you have electricity. I'm warbling. You don't care about that. So there we go. My two Hoover Sensotronics, the after video of this one. We might see them, well, we'll see them both again soon. Oh, there's the difference. Look, I just realised that. That's what they normally look like, all chewed up and horrible. This one's really faded as well, but I haven't got the cojones to give it a go at retro biting yet, so it can stay a little bit yellow. So, yeah, right, there we go. Two Hoover Sensotronics. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and these will see you soon. Bye bye.